Hello, my name is Michael, and I obsess. I come across something that grabs me and I consume until I can't take anymore, and then I'm on to the next. Some obsessions last a week, others a lifetime. It is my intention to explore these obsessions with you as they occur while the passion is hot. Welcome to Eclectic Obsessions. The first lifelong obsession I can remember were vampires. I've always been fascinated by them and would attempt to see and read everything I could find. Unfortunately, there is far too much material to reasonably consume, and a lot of it by my measurement can be pretty poor. Not so with this episode's subject. It is a fresh spin on a recent take for the genre, and one I find both refreshing and hilarious. We will be looking at the television series What We Do in the Shadows on this episode of Eclectic Obsessions. What We Do in the Shadows is an American mockumentary comedy horror television series created by Jermaine Clement that premiered March 27, 2019 on FX. The second television series in the franchise based on the 2014 film of the same name. Written by Clement and Taika Waititi, the series follows four vampire roommates in Staten Island and stars Kayvon Novak, Matt Berry, Natasha Dimitriou, Harvey Gillian, and Mark Proksch. It was renewed for a 10-episode second season in May 2019, which debuted on April 15, 2020. In May 2020, the series was renewed for a third season, which is set to premiere on September 2, 2021. Set in Staten Island, What We Do in the Shadows follows the lives of three traditional vampires, Nandor, Laszlo, and Nadja, Colin Robinson, an energy vampire, and Guillermo, Nandor's familiar. The series revolves around the centuries-old vampires interacting with the modern world and other supernatural beings. Kayvon Novak stars as Nandor the Relentless, once the bloodthirsty leader of the fictional kingdom of Al-Kulan-Mudar in southern Iran, and a warrior serving the Ottoman Empire. As the oldest vampire, he is the self-proclaimed leader of the group, and as such frequently calls house meetings for frivolous discussions. Although he genuinely cares for his human familiar Guillermo, he has difficulty expressing it. Matt Berry stars as Laszlo Cravensworth, an English nobleman vampire who is turned by Nadja and is now married to her. He is often preoccupied with thoughts of sex and is a former porn actor. He also enjoys making topiary sculptures of vulvas in the yard, including those of his wife and mother. Natasha Dimitriou stars as Nadja, a Romani vampire who turned Laszlo into a vampire and later married him. She is frequently frustrated with her male housemates and nostalgic about her human life. She has entertained an affair with a reincarnated knight named Gregor for hundreds of years, only for him to be decapitated in every reincarnation. Harvey Gillian stars as Guillermo de la Cruz, Nandor's long-suffering Latino familiar. Despite his frustration with his unreasonable workload and Nandor's disregard for his mortality, he has served his master for 11 years in the hope of being made a vampire, a dream inspired by Armand in the 1994 film Interview with the Vampire. Late in Season 1, Guillermo discovers that he is a descendant of the famous vampire hunter Abraham van Helsing, and he proves to be very skilled at killing vampires, giving him conflicting feelings about his desire to become one. Mark Proksch stars as Colin Robinson, an energy vampire who lives in the basement. He lives by draining humans and vampires of their energy by being boring or frustrating. As a daywalker, he is not harmed by sunlight or entry into churches. He is able to work in a cubicle office and feed on his co-workers' frustrations. Unlike the others, he shows no outward sign of vampirism, except that his irises glow when he feeds on energy, and his reflection shows a pale version of himself. The others are continually annoyed by him and often try to avoid associating with him. On January 22, 2018, it was announced that FX had given the production a pilot order. The pilot was written by Jermaine Clement and directed by Taika Waititi, both of whom are also executive producers, alongside Scott Rudin, Paul Simms, Garrett Bosch, and Eli Bush. On May 3, 2018, it was announced that FX had given the production a series order for a first season, consisting of 10 episodes, which premiered on March 27, 2019. According to Jermaine Clement, we stay pretty basic 1970s, 1980s vampire rules, with a little bit of 1930s thrown in. They can turn into bats. They can't go in the sunlight. They don't sparkle in the sun, they die. They have to be invited in. In a lot of literature, vampires have to be invited into private buildings. But this is a documentary, so it's the real rules, which means they have to be invited into any building. The main influences on the series are Fright Night, Martin, The Lost Boys, Nosferatu, Interview with a Vampire, Vampire's Kiss, and Bram Stoker's Dracula. The song used in the opening credits is You're Dead by Norma Tanega from 1966. Principal photography for the first season took place from October 22nd to December 18th, 2018 in Toronto, Ontario. Writer-producer Paul Simms said that the series does not use CGI effects. There's no fully digital characters or anything like that. One of the movies we really talked about a lot when we were conceiving the show was Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, where he went back to really doing as many effects as possible in camera and figuring out the ways to do it. I think there's something about that old-fashioned way that makes things look more interesting than when you can tell it's digital and rubbery and fake-looking. Among the cinematographers DJ Stipson and Christian Sprenger's influences for the series was the work of Michael Ballhaus and production designer Thomas E. Sanders on the Coppola-directed Bram Stoker's Dracula. We referenced that film for the general sumptuousness of the vampire's mansion, which was our main set. Our take, however, was that the Staten Island vampires have let their place go. The former glory is evident, but now exists in a worn, faded, and distressed state. Production designer Kate Bunch and I had a lot of conversations about striking the right balance between sumptuousness and neglect. On October 31, 2018, a series of teaser trailers for the series were released. On January 10, 2019, another teaser trailer was released. On February 4, 2019, the official trailer for the series was released. On October 7, 2018, the series held a panel at the annual New York Comic Con, and featuring co-creators Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, along with fellow executive producer Paul Simms. Before the panel began, the first episode of the series was screened for the audience. The world premiere for the series was screened during the 2019 South by Southwest Film Festival in Austin, Texas, as a part of the festival's episodic premieres series. On review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes, the first season has an approval rating of 94%, based on 70 reviews, with an average rating of 7.84 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, "Delightfully absurd and ridiculously fun. What We Do in the Shadows expands on the film's vampiric lore and finds fresh perspective in its charming, off-kilter cast to create a mockumentary series worth sinking your teeth into." On Metacritic, it has a weighted average score of 80 out of 100, based on 30 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Pilot. 4 vampire roommates live together in Staten Island. Nandor the Relentless, the self-appointed leader of the house, Laszlo and Nadja, a married couple, and Colin Robinson, an energy vampire who works in an office and drains humans of their energy by boring or irritating them. They are joined by their familiars, including Guillermo, who has served Nandor for 10 years and hopes to become a vampire one day. Nadja believes she has found her former lover Gregor, who has been reincarnated as a human named Jeff. Nadja reveals Gregor has been decapitated in each of his lives. Nandor receives a letter and holds a meeting announcing Baron Afernas, an ancient vampire from the old country, will be arriving shortly. The vampires prepare for his coming, and when the Baron arrives, he announces their plan to take over the Western Hemisphere.
The job of a vampire's familiar is not an easy one. It's very dangerous. I mean, they are vampires after all. Being a vampire's familiar is like being a best friend who's also a slave. Tomorrow night marks the 10-year anniversary since I started working for my master. I think he's planning something pretty special. I think he's gonna make me a vampire.
I was a very ferocious soldier in the Ottoman Empire, which meant a lot of killing, a lot of pillaging. People would say, please, don't pillage me. And I would say, no, I'm pillaging everyone, you included. I was relentless. They would call me Nando the Relentless, because I just never relent.
The problems with living with other vampires are the vampires I have chosen to stay with. Nandor is like a big turkey, just walking around trying to control everything on the farm. And Laszlo is my big, crazy, wild bear, and we love to chase each other around the house. We have a great time together.
I was the most handsome man in our village.
His village was very badly affected by leprosy and the plague.
That's true. One night, I was awoken by this horrible clawing at the window, and I thought, who the hell is that? Because I live on the 3rd floor. So I went to investigate it. I threw back the curtain when I saw the most beautiful woman I had ever seen. I was hypnotized.
I used hypnosis on him.
Which I found out later. Anyway, obviously I invited her in. We were about to make love when she turned into this hideous, leathery bat thing. She drained me of my blood, giving me the curse of eternal life, and thus making me a bloodthirsty creature of the night.
Now that we are gathered here together as one, in accordance with the protocols...
Which you made up.
Yes. We have received this letter from Baron Afanas. The Baron is coming to visit us.
The Baron never leaves the old country. Has he told us what the purpose of his visit is?
No.
The Baron is a firm believer that vampires should rule the world. I think the main purpose for the Baron's visit is to find out whether we as vampires have populated America. But as you can see, the place is f***ing massive.
Baron Afanas is a very charming member of the vampire royalty. A few hundred years ago, we enjoyed a very intense, very long sexual affair. It was pretty wild. Lots of acrobatic stuff. This could make it awkward to see him with Laszlo.
Just between you and I, a while back, the Baron and I enjoyed a very intense sex affair. Very animalistic. Acrobatic stuff, you might say. So I personally am very much looking forward to reconnecting.
Excellent. What about the Baron's bloodlust?
Virgins.
Oh yes, let's do that.
Guillermo, 2 virgins by tomorrow evening.
Yes, when the Baron arrives, we shall feast on virgin blood.
Vampire only laughing.
Should we tell Colin Robinson?
Laszlo, that is a terrible idea. Don't ruin the evening.
My name is Colin Robinson, and I am what's known as a psychic vampire, or energy vampire. Energy vampires drain people's energy merely by talking to them.
Actual versus budget year to date? No thanks. You're going to be at that all day.
We either bore you with a long conversation,
Feeling better now. I was a little sick this weekend.
or
Hey!
we enrage you. In fact, you probably know an energy vampire. We're the most common kind. We are daywalkers, not affected by the sun. And we are the only kind of vampire that can drain another vampire's energy.
Guillermo, open the casket of Baron Afanas. Oh, Oh, it opens all by itself. It's so cool. Quite scary.
I have risen again. Hello, Nadja.
Hello?
Laszlo.
Yes, I seem to remember him having genitals.
No, never. That is why he was such a good lover.
Silence! I come with a proclamation. The old ways are over.
Which is what I just said.
The new world, as you call it, is our lifeline to an eternal future. Centuries have passed, and you have not conquered the new world. You hide in the shadows. You are weak. When I awaken, we will rule this Staten Island.
Yes!
Well, that was a complete disaster.
At least we have the virgins.
You're glum, Guillermo? No. Yes? You think that I've forgotten that tonight is a special occasion for you as well, haven't you? Does not an anniversary deserve a reward recognizing your years of service?
I'm ready, Master.
Good. Prepare yourself. Happy anniversary, Guillermo. It's a portrait made from glitter. Look, it's you. I made you a vampire. And look who's next to you. It's me. Wow. Enjoy it. You can put it in your depressing room. And you deserve it. 2 years of service. 10 years of service. 10 years of service. Okay.
City Council. The vampires begin their first step in their plan of conquest, taking over Staten Island. They attend local city council meetings, trying to persuade the mayor and the council members, but they fail when Nandor attempts to threaten the council. Laszlo seeks out the mayor and attempts to convince her to surrender by killing the raccoons that had been eating her garbage and leaving their bodies on her porch. Meanwhile, Nandor seeks out and hypnotizes the mayor's opponent in the upcoming election, causing him to react violently and be arrested during the next council meeting. Nadja follows Jenna, a virgin LARPer, and after observing how she is mistreated by the rest of her group, turns her into a vampire.
Recently we've had a very powerful and ancient vampire move into the house, and it's made things a little challenging.
The Baron has charged us with the task of taking power over the New World.
He expected us to have conquered the New World. I don't remember him ever mentioning it.
I just remembered the last time me and the Baron were making love, he said something to me. If you ever get to the New World, my dear, take over the land and subjugate the entire population, otherwise I'll have your head. But I couldn't pay attention because he was doing that thing where he pays a lot of attention to your area.
The thing is, he's got this irritating habit of giving you orders just at the moment of climax. So you're both there in the moment, and then he barks an order and you're heard. What?
What? Nothing.
I beg your pardon?
What are you saying?
And he never repeats what he said. He expects you to have listened during the climax.
So I guess we're conquering the New World now.
Why the hell are we meeting in the fancy... Why are we meeting in the fancy room and not in the library?
Because this is a secret meeting. All secret meetings take place in the fancy room.
The Baron's specific plan was that we are to conquer North America.
He actually said the New World.
No, he specified Staten Island.
No, the entirety of North America.
And then that would include Canada. What the would anyone want with Canada?
Apparently there's a very active trade in beaver pelts.
Oh.
That was hundreds of years ago, Master.
Guillermo, don't talk. Where was I?
The Baron wants us to take over the land.
At least Staten Island.
Well, it sounds like you want to talk to the local leaders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, I can help with that.
You can.
I know exactly who you need to talk to and where to go.
Show us the way, Colin Robinson. Let our journey to total domination begin this very evening.
We have come up with a list of all the things we would like to change once the vampires are in charge.
I'd like to see the construction of a huge, opaque dome, the size of the city, covering the city, and blocking out all sunlight.
No noise during daylight hours.
All local churches to destroy their crucifixes.
A total ban on turtlenecks.
A vampire-only television channel. I would like, for me personally, my favorite comedy, Priests Falling Over.
Free, but compulsory, harpsichord concerts. Every day of the week.
We would have nun-free zones with a sign that says, no nuns, none.
Is Mr. Nandor? Mr. Nandor?
Yes, I got this.
Greetings, mortals.
I will make this quick. I, Nandor the Relentless, conqueror of thousands,
Hereby demand the complete and total supplication of this governing body to my command. Submit and receive mercy. Resist and only death ahead.
Thank you for your input, Mr. Nandor. But this session
blown
is
it. Hasn't
specifically
even mentioned
about
turtlenecks.
issues pursuant to zoning ordinances. But if you would like to return,
yes.
When we have
Yes, I would very much like to return then.
when we have an open session,
Great.
you are entirely welcome to join.
Fantastic, great. When would that be?
In about 2 months.
They laughed at me. They will not be laughing now that I am about to unleash my hellhound Doug Peters. So,
and to the safety of every member of this council.
It's a grim portent of things to come if we don't surrender, you ignorant.
Yes, Doug Peterson.
I will rip your head from your body, and I will hang your entrails from the traffic light on Highland Boulevard, so our new masters will see that only those who submit will survive.
Mr. Peterson, you are way out of order.
Heed my vision before it's too late. I have received a message from a slouching beast in the night.
but the man is quite obviously mad.
Well, someone's driven him mad.
Something terrible is coming!
This is an embarrassment.
Well, I did not hear you peep up when we were coming up with the new plane.
Vengeance will be mine when nightmares are made real!
Are you leaving with us?
No, I can't stand up right now, if you know what I mean.
Tear the veil of illusion from your eyes and witness the hellscape that is our destiny!
What was that about a vampire?
I will tear your off and feed them to your children!
Werewolf feud. Laszlo finds a dystopiary garden has been urinated on by werewolves and sets traps, sparking a feud with the pack. Following the 1993 pact, Nandor engages in single combat with the werewolf pack's champion, ending with him throwing a chew toy off a roof to win. Meanwhile, Colin competes with Evie, an emotional vampire at work who feeds on the sympathy of her co-workers by telling upsetting or depressing stories. They eventually decide to team up and have a brief relationship before breaking up.
This is mine and Laszlo's crypt. I decorated it myself. This one is a very special creature to me. When I first met Laszlo, I was walking on the moors with him, and this owl flew over and scratched my head, and I said, "Kill that bitch, please, Laszlo." If me and Laszlo were to have ever had a child, I like to imagine it would look like him. Small and hard. I hate this goat. What is that? It's werewolf.
Coming from outside.
There's a bloody big werewolf on the lawn.
Quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
bloody big one.
Need to get inside. Stinks.
Oh.
Why is its foot in a trap?
Laszlo, did you lay a trap?
No, nothing to do with me. Let's just get it off the grass.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. The neighbors.
Okay, this way. Go, go.
The boy should be helping.
He is helping. Where do we take in the basement? Fancy room. But we just spring clean.
We need to get rid of him. And when I say get rid of him, I mean... No!
The werewolf lives. Otherwise, we endanger the sanctity of the truce.
The truce? The truce.
I hate the truce.
For tens upon tens of years, the vampire and werewolf communities live in a wary peace because of the truce. Vampire does not harm werewolf, so long as werewolf doesn't interfere with any vampire shit.
She's waking up. He's waking up.
Oh, God. Why do you guys have a werewolf trap? I mean, a normal trap on your lawn.
We know you're a big bloody werewolf. I saw you scritching and scratching around the garden like a big disgusting wet dog.
Yeah, so the game's up, you bastard.
When my werewolf brethren and sistren find out about this, they will not be happy.
Oh!
God, we've broken the bloody window. My other leg.
This is bad. This is very bad.
Yes, this is very bad.
Back with the pack.
The wolf pack. She is here. Oh,
What the blazes? Look, 2 werewolves, as bold as brass, and I can even sense one behind me.
She's emptying her wolf all over the bushes.
All right, you've made your point. Let's call this a night.
Oh, no. We're just getting started.
Yeah, we had the piss. Now we need the blood. Someone's finally speaking my language.
Not last.
Give me some space.
Need more than space, me old chap.
Go on, Laszlo.
Hey!
Here comes the party poop.
You can't be fighting with werewolves on the lawn. You'll alert the human neighbors, and there's a bus stop outside the house.
Well, don't appear as a mist on the lawn, then, you
If we are to battle, we must follow the protocols.
Of course we're going to follow the protocols.
To the protocols.
Sure.
And now there's lots of dogs going in my house.
Vampires, werewolves, give me a moment to find the relevant passage. This was written in 1993, and it states, should a werewolf pack have a beef with a vampire house, the 2 groups shall not battle, but elect from amongst them their strongest fighter. The 2 fighters will face off in one-on-one combat on neutral ground.
Tonight is a good night to die.
They're here.
Sorry we're late. Bridge was a nightmare.
Hello, mongrels.
We meet on the roof of this abandoned circuit city in accordance with the protocols of the Staten Island Lycanthrope Vampire Agreement of 1993.
And so it begins. Have you chosen your champion?
Oh, yeah. We choose Toby.
that is a very big one.
I don't remember this one. Is he a new one?
Oh, he's a new gigantic werewolf.
This isn't even full size. This is just like regular Toby. He gets like this big.
Yeah, well, we've got our own champion. He goes by the name of Nandor the Relentless.
Hi.
And he's going to mess you up. Toby!
Vampires and werewolves. This is a fight that has been fought with honor for 1,000, I say 1,000 years.
Do it, Toby. Do it.
That's all you may.
Safe.
He's quite big.
Come on, Nandor, you can do it. We need a new rug for the house.
Yeah. Champions, choose your weapons.
No silver.
I will let my esteemed challenger choose first.
He chooses teeth and claws.
Okay, I will choose this.
What is it?
Oh, no. Nandor.
No! Toby, no!
Toby!
Oh, God.
What the hell? That's cheating!
Well played.
Don't worry, Toby.
Did
You're
I
gonna heal
win?
up just fine, pal.
I think I won.
Whatever. I guess this one goes to the vampires then. All right, guys, spread out. Let's find that son of a bitch.
Mind where you're walking. If you hear it squeak, you may have stepped on the toy.
I'll stay with Toby. He's gonna be fine.
Okay.
He's healing already.
Yeah. What's that?
That's the deal.
Manhattan nightclub. The vampires attempt to form an alliance with Simon the Devious, the leader of the Manhattan vampires, to aid in their takeover. Laszlo insists on wearing a hat made of witch skin, which Nadja insists is cursed. Laszlo runs into several instances of bad luck. The vampires go to his headquarters, a nightclub, to talk with him. Simon agrees to an alliance, but only if Laszlo gives him the hat. Simon kicks them out once he has the hat, and the nightclub promptly explodes. Guillermo continues to feel underappreciated, so Nandor makes it up to him by flying him over the city, but he accidentally drops it, which puts him in the hospital. Meanwhile, Jenna continues her vampire transition.
We have total dominion from here to here.
So that's 2 streets.
Our street and Ashley Street.
Yes, I lied a bit. Actually, it's from there to there.
So we have dominion over 5 houses. We need to reach out to some other vampires. Consider joining dominions to secure our stranglehold over the region.
Yes.
Yes.
Simon the Devious is a vampire we have known for centuries. Our coffins were all together on the ship that brought us over to America.
We went to Staten Island, he went to Manhattan.
And he very quickly became the king of the Manhattan vampires. And he was only 107, which, real boy wonder, very clever.
Simon's HQ is this fantastic nightclub called the Sassy Cat Club in Manhattan. You have to wear a cape in there.
Yes, everyone is in a cape.
We're going into the city tonight. We're going to party and dance and form a power alliance with the Manhattan vampires so that we can crush the humans.
I found it! Thoughts?
Looks like it's alive.
Good eye. It's 100% witch skin. Simon was always very jealous of this hat. I can't wait to see his face when I walk in.
Please don't wear that hat.
Too stylish?
No. It's a big bloody stupid hat with a big bloody stupid curse on it. And every time you wear it, something bloody stupid terrible happens.
Nonsense.
The potato famine. That time that horse knocked you over and trampled over you.
No, it didn't.
Then it started making love to you?
I don't consider that a curse.
Oh, hey. I overheard that you might be going to Manhattan. I'd love to take along.
I am a bit nervous about seeing Simon. In the old days, it would not have been my style to make an alliance. I would have slaughtered my neighbors in battle. But then you wake up and you think, I've got no neighbors. I'll do the talking. Oh, it's so dingy.
Everyone looks like Billy Idol.
We are the only one wearing capes.
Shall we look for Simon the Devious?
Let's mingle until the others get here.
Simon!
Nadja! What a sight for sore eyes. I haven't seen you in ages.
Simon.
You're in Staten Island.
Well, yes.
And Laszlo and Nandor. Have you spoken to them recently?
Well, actually, they're somewhere here.
No!
Yes.
Impossible! Well, we should all have a drink. I would love to catch up with those 2 rascals.
Simon the Devious will see you.
Okay, great. Your hat is bleeding.
I know.
Laszlo? Nandor? Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Pleasure to see you again, Simon.
And look at you. Nadja said you're doing well, and now I see you in your capes, and I think, well, you haven't lost your senses of humor. Now, we've all known each other long enough to know that this is not a mere social visit.
You are not wrong. You may have heard that we have the Baron visiting with us.
The Baron came to visit you in Staten Island?
Yes, we were thinking, as we have dominion over Staten Island, and you, Simon, you control a lot of Manhattan,
Yes, there's talk we could possibly join forces, take the lion's share of New York City.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Oh.
So I guess I would begin the negotiation by you giving me that hat.
Oh, I f***ing knew this would happen. Absolutely not.
Laszlo, Simon, you don't want the hat. It's not a good hat.
No.
Give him the hat.
No.
I watched you walk around that ship, always wearing that hat and thinking, this vampire doesn't deserve this hat. I deserve that hat.
Take the f***ing hat.
Ah, thank you.
Well, now that I've got the hat, I could say, get them out of here.
What?
What?
You can get the f*** out! Get out of my club!
I summoned you here to get your hat, and now it is time for you to leave. Yeah, thank you.
Humiliating.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, we don't validate parking. Not that you have a car, because you are failures of vampires in your pathetic, lame capes. This hat makes me feel like Robin Hood. Big Vlad, my bow. Touch the sky.
Touch the sky.
Big city dickhead.
I don't remember him being so devious.
I mean, he is called Simon the Devious.
Darling?
Yes?
I think my hat's probably cursed. But...
Animal control. Nadja and Laszlo feed together, but on their way to the house, Laszlo decides to torment his new neighbor Phil in bat form, leading him to being knocked out with a broom by Phil's girlfriend and taken to an animal shelter. Nandor, Guillermo, and Colin follow to attempt a rescue and first release a seemingly rabid bat before Nandor lets himself be caught in the form of a dog, but is trapped in a cage. Meanwhile, Nadja goes to see Jeff, Gregor, and they go out to a carnival. Nadja is bored and frustrated by him and makes him remember his past lives. The two celebrate, but Nadja is forced to leave. She rescues Laszlo and Nandor with ease, while Jeff is arrested by police.
So our roommate Laszlo was knocked unconscious whilst in bad form by our neighbor, Phil's girlfriend, and he's now caged and inside the animal shelter. We must get him out before daybreak.
Well, and that's the thing with these night walkers here, isn't it? You know, a little bit of sunlight, poof! They go up in flames.
I've never gone poof, but it's okay.
Not yet. The vampires are always like, oh, I'm a vampire, I'm immortal, I'm whatever. Well, okay, how about you go be immortal at brunch?
They're not happy tonight, Bobby.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I brought in a bat.
Okay.
A little fella, you gotta see this guy. Look at his face.
Yeah, this guy looks like a little English guy.
Yeah, a little burst chapped. Wait, let me blow him up there. Look, you see something?
No way.
You see something?
That is a bat's erect penis on that screen. Okay.
We're gonna have to get him a little rabies shot.
I want you to bring me the strange bat with the erection.
Hang on a second. Can you imagine him with that little British top hat like, whoa?
Like
I don't think that worked.
I know.
Not so hot at hypnotism, huh?
I'm fine at hypnotism. It's just you can't hypnotize a subject that doesn't want to do something that you want them to do.
If the only time you can hypnotize someone is when you have them do something they want to do, then it's not really hypnotism, is it?
Can we help you guys?
Yeah, we're actually looking for a lost pet.
Oh, okay. What kind of pet is it?
A normal one, like a bat.
Oh, now bats are illegal.
He said cat, ma'am.
Well, if you have any sort of missing animal, then you just need to fill out the required paperwork, and then we'll go have a look in the back for you.
Fine.
I'm trying to find an open window. I think I found one.
Eso. There you are. I come to rescue you.
We are out. We are out. We are out. We are...
Guillermo.
This is the third animal shelter I visited.
Yes. We did it?
Yes.
Laszlo, you are free now, so be free.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
King guy.
Are you guys sure it was him?
Where the f*** am I? I say! Release me!
So what just happened is that Nandor took a bat that was being treated here, and he just re-released it into the wild. A sick bat.
Do you think I might have rabies now?
Possible.
Silence, my four-legged friends. I sense you are angry tonight, and with good reason, for we have been imprisoned. Yes, without trial. Now is the time to hoist our oars and row towards freedom. Agreed? Thank you. Now, I'm assuming that there is a cat in the cage to my right. Excellent. You will succumb to my dark power, and you will undo your latch and free me. Loosen your latch and free me.
All right,
Succumb back.
Here you go. Over here. You know your spot. There you go.
Wolf. Nando, is that you?
Yes. I turned myself into a dog to come and rescue you.
Hang on a second. You turned yourself into a dog in a place that imprisons dogs?
I just thought I'd be a bit creative and come and rescue you. Don't want me to rescue you, I can go again.
And tell me how you do that. You're locked in a fucking cage. What's Nadia gonna say? Where is she?
Oh, God, you want to get that? Do you need to get that?
Hello? Hello, Guillermo. Yeah, I see. He did what? I'm... Okay, yeah, okay. Bye-bye, bye. Okay, yeah.
I've also noticed that some dogs are really, really big and other dogs are really small.
Oh, thank God.
They were like a human.
Sorry, thank goodness. Laszlo and Mandel are in cages inside.
Yeah, it's Nadja. Hello, my darling. What are you doing?
I've come to help you out of the cage.
Absolutely no need. Mr. Cat next door. I was in the process of hypnotizing him. I was moments away from escaping. I don't know why you bothered coming. I've got to free my fellow inmates. I made a gentleman's promise.
Run and be free, my comrade. What the
Still no thank you! Release your claws, you ungrateful bastards!
Baron's night out. Baron Afanas wakes up and demands the vampires take him out to see the city. The vampires are sick and tired of the Baron's old-fashioned ideas, so they intend on killing him. The vampires and the Baron go out and spend the night going to various bars and nightclubs, where they drink blood of drugged clubbers and allow the Baron to eat pizza, with disastrous results as vampires cannot consume human food. After returning home in the morning, the Baron is accidentally killed by sunlight when Guillermo opens the front door.
Vampires have hidden amongst humans for millennia. There are some in the community that believe that vampires should rule the world. One such person is the Baron, and he's become a massive prick.
Absolutely agree.
Which is ironic because he doesn't have one.
When is he going to leave anyway?
Nigel, you must keep your voice down, my darling.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm not scared of him! Ah!
Oh, the Baron has awakened?
Oh, he's awake. All right, I can feel his energy. It's very dark and angry, and I think it's pointed at you guys.
In Europe a couple of centuries ago, the Baron was a fun guy. Problem is, he's turned up recently with what only can be described as pretty old-fashioned ideas.
He's obsessed with the idea of vampires taking over all humans, which at first you're like, oh, that's a cool idea. But then after a while, it's like, sorry, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Baron, you're here, but there's really no need for any kind of grand entrance, so you just do your bit, it's fine too.
My slumber is complete.
Great.
Oh.
We weren't sure that you wanted us to conquer the whole of North
Yes,
America, or just, maybe a couple of streets.
Silence! I have heard so much of the wonders of this new world, yet I have seen of it naught but this attic. I want to see the sights. I want a night on the town.
A night on the town?
Really? I mean, won't that be a bit difficult with your,
You were saying?
No. I'm sure we can help you fit in.
Marvelous. This is going to be fun.
All this conquering America stuff, he's going to get us killed.
Not unless he tries to kill us himself first.
Throw me straight across the room.
Why would the Baron want to go on a night out?
Because he wants to know how much of America we've conquered. And when he finds out that we've just conquered our street and part of Ashley Street, he's going to kill us.
But if we seriously think he's going to whack us...
Which we do.
Then we should whack him first.
You want us to quack him?
If you think he's going to whack us first, yes.
Leslie, be quiet. We will not discuss this any further. It is the greatest violation of the unnatural order by which we live.
We shall call this night Operation Accidentally Kill the Baron.
Absolutely not. At least think of a different name.
We will fill this place with the carcasses of the conquered. Some humans will become slaves. The rest, food.
He's as mad as a wax banana.
He's a f***ing liability.
I think it might be better if he dies.
Let us see what to drink, what to do.
The Baron is being very loud and obvious and vampire-y and reckless.
He had a very high alcohol content.
Do you think maybe we should move the body? Now he's just gone up to a drunk man and he's drunk the drunk man's blood and it's made him drunk?
Okay, that's just a little dizzy. Okay, a little dizzy, little dizzy. Oh. You know I'm not really a baron. It was a nickname to tease me because I cannot sire offspring due to my lack of genitals.
There it isn't.
I like it. The Baron, he told us a very sad story. We might not kill him now. No, not going to kill it.
You know, I was thinking of killing all of you tonight. What have I become?
Guess what? We were going to kill you tonight, too.
We're gonna kill you!
I beg your pardon.
He was just joking. It was just an idea that we were kicking upstream.
You kicked upstream the idea of killing me? Your faces! Oh, I am proud of you. If I were you, I would have done the same too. What is next? What is next?
1 foot at a time, Baron.
Someone sure had a good time, huh?
Colin Robinson, we missed you.
What? What's wrong with you?
We are on drugs.
No, the sunlight. I'm so scared.
No, Baron.
Oh, lucky I missed these wooden stakes. I am okay.
The trial. The 3 vampires must face the Vampiric Council for the death of the Baron, having no memory of the previous night due to their consumption of drug-laced blood. At the trial, Guillermo admits he killed the Baron, but the council does not believe him. Nandor then takes the blame, and he, along with Laszlo and Nadja, are sentenced to death by sunlight. The 3 vampires are put in a well and await their death, but Colin and Guillermo rescue them by blocking the sun with an umbrella.
We are gathered here tonight in our backyard to commemorate the second death of the Baron.
We are having a ceremony to commemorate the Baron's passing.
Problem is, though, we don't remember how he died because we were absolutely messed up on drug blood.
Did we murder him?
We might have floated the idea of murdering him, but we didn't do it. Maybe we should keep this under our hats. If any vampires find out about this, then it...
Master, there's a raven looking at us.
It is a bad omen.
There's more ravens. They're giving me the
Guillermo, shield us from the ravens.
The sky is filled with them.
There are ravens all over the front lawn now, too.
They're trying to frighten us, but it won't work.
What's going on?
Master! There's a floating woman in the front porch. She needs to talk to you.
You have been summoned to appear before the Vampiric Council as a temple of blood devourers.
Could you not have just telephoned?
We sent ravens. We sent 500 ravens!
Yes, but we have a telephone. The Vampiric Council is a very ancient organization, very powerful, and apparently very scary.
They travel from all corners of the globe to administer supreme and final justice upon any vampire who has violated the Vampiric Code.
The tribunal have gathered in the Chamber of Judgment, and there you will be put on trial.
Welcome, vampires from near and far, to this here Grand Vampiric Council to judge over these 3 accused. Accused of what, you may ask?
Vampire murder.
Vampire
sir.
murder.
Vampire murder.
So that's why we're here.
Call the witness.
First witness.
This is Baron Athanas' familiar.
On the eve of the death of my master, these 3 vampires took Baron Athanas and they let him partake of human food. Earlier, I overheard them plotting to murder him.
She speaks the bullshit. We simply floated the idea.
You floated the idea of murdering him?
Yes?
Not floated, you plotted.
Floating and plotting are very similar.
Remove the witness.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Bye,
Human food. Like hamburger or something like
Wesley, we're over the human food thing.
We're not talking about that, Wesley.
Bring in the other witness.
Now, let us call the next witness. Witness number whatever it is.
Guillermo.
Who's this delicious-looking thing?
What is this? Is this lunch?
Yes, it's lunch.
Oh, it's not lunch.
It's lunch.
This is one of their familiars, Counsel. He bears witness.
Did these vampires 3 murder the Baron?
No, they did not.
Did they float it?
They discussed it, but they were just talking. They weren't going to really do it.
So who murdered the Baron?
It was I killed him.
You did it?
Yes.
Okay. Unlikely.
Don't take offense, but you don't seem like someone who would be capable of killing a vampire.
But I did it.
Hard to believe.
Well, I did.
From maybe a tougher-looking guy, I'd believe it, but...
I think you're lying to protect your master.
Of course he is. This little guy couldn't kill a vampire.
No, it was me. I opened the door and it was dawn and then the sun came in and then it happened.
That sounds very made up.
Honey, I don't know, guys. None of us really liked the Baron, so maybe we just kill this cute little guy and then let the other 3 go.
Does anyone else feel like having a cheeky little snack?
Oh, yeah.
No! I cannot abide by this. It was we who killed the Baron.
You have committed premeditated vampicide. I pronounce these 3 guilty. They will be killed in the same manner that their victim was, exposed to sunlight.
I wish I had made more of my leadership skills. I could have ruled many more countries instead of dying in a well with 2 perverts.
I was Jack the Ripper. I've never told anyone that before.
I miss my horse, John. I wish I was better to him. And to you both.
I hate to say it, but I think it's going to hurt.
Oh, no.
Colin Robinson.
Hey, dude. I was walking by this hardware store and I says to myself, Colin, you should go in and see if they have any umbrellas for the well. Made sure to keep the receipt. I'm going to probably take it back. You can do that on non-food items.
Is he zapping our images?
He's taking advantage of us.
You can always return.
Shut up.
Do you not want me to say? I'll go.
No!
Just giving you guys guff. Yeah, I'm going to save you. You guys awake? Hello?
Citizenship. Nadia guides Jenna on how to be a vampire after her transition is complete. Jenna learns that her vampire power is invisibility, and she later makes her first kill. Nandor, who learns that the country he was born in no longer exists, applies for American citizenship after being suggested by Guillermo. However, Nandor fails the process due to his lack of knowledge about America and his inability to recite the Oath of Allegiance, his mouth catching fire upon saying the word God.
This is a bag of soil from my homeland that I take with me when I travel. It is all that is left of Alcanadar. Alcanadar!
Master, are you all right?
I have no country. I have no home.
What? No, this is your home. And this is your country.
No, it's not, and it's not.
Maybe you feel better if you were an American citizen.
Is that possible?
Of course.
Yes. I will make an alliance with this unholy nation and make this place my home.
So I promised to help my master apply for citizenship.
Yes? Guillermo, excellent.
I called immigration, and you are eligible for citizenship. You actually started the process, but you didn't finish.
I didn't?
No, 1992.
I did apply for my American citizenship back in 1992.
What happened in 1992? Why didn't you complete the process?
Probably because the Macarena swept the nation. So I didn't really have time for anything else.
Just imagine we're at the immigration office and I'll be the government official. When and where were you born?
El Kolnadar, 1262.
And where is that?
Southern Iran.
Maybe not mention Iran. Why did you leave your country?
Standard reasons, driven out by peasants.
How many times have you been married?
Just the once.
Okay.
To 37 women.
Who is George Washington?
George Washington?
Yes.
America's first gay president.
I don't think that George Washington was actually...
Yes?
Hello, Nandor.
Hello. Is that virgin girl?
Hi.
Is she a vampire now?
Well, she's got fangs and a white pale face. It's a pretty major clue. Anyway, which one is better, alt-right or Antifa? I'm trying to decide which team to
I
join.
just found out that Naja has turned someone so random, it's crazy, into a vampire.
The transformation into a bat is probably the most important thing a vampire can do.
Yeah. Do you have somewhere that I could put my clothes?
No, don't do that.
What are you doing? If I'm gonna be a bat, then don't I have to get... Where do my clothes go?
Let's not get bogged down in the details.
Keep your clothes on for now. Oh, okay.
Obviously, I'm just going to hypnotize my interviewer into giving me my citizenship.
When was the last time you traveled out of this country?
Listen to my words. You will grant me my American citizenship. Make me one with your evil empire.
Is this a joke to you, sir?
No.
Good.
It seems that government workers are immune to hypnotism. It's like their souls are dead or something.
Please describe the right to bear arms.
If it's a nice day, you should have the right to bear your arms.
All right. Moving on.
I don't detect any human left in them.
We elect a president for how many years?
1,000 years.
Okay. The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. So what are these words?
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, okay. What does the Constitution do for the people?
Oppresses them. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, and without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me. Could I possibly just skip the last bit? So help me God!
You ready to go?
I didn't pass. I made a fool out of myself. I have no country, I have no home, I have no people. I'm like a little lost duck floating about in the middle of the ocean.
Will you stop complaining?
Excuse me?
No, I'm tired of it. So what? You're not a American citizen. You're not a citizen of anything. You're a vampire. Okay, you can fly. You can transport anywhere as a bat. You are immortal. Do you have any idea how much people would pay, who they would kill just to be who you are? To be in your shoes. In your shoes. You should be proud of yourself. Proud of who you are.
Wow. Guillermo, you are right. I am a vampire. A cool and powerful vampire. Hear my words. I am a proud vampire. I will not bow down to your pathetic bureaucracies. It is you who will bow down to me. I don't need your citizenship. I will rule this earth for eternity as you rot and your bones turn to dust. Yes! Sound your alarms! It won't make no difference!
The Orgy. The vampires plan for the biannual vampire orgy, which must go perfectly because throwing a bad orgy results in eternal humiliation. In the attic, Laszlo finds his old vampire-themed pornos he made. Nadja insults Laszlo when she tells him she finds them boring. After everyone has arrived for the orgy, Laszlo professes his love to Nadja, which sours the mood and everybody leaves.
Our home has been selected to host the biannual vampire orgy.
One time they tried going triannual.
Which is bloody pointless, because it takes me at least 6 months to recover from any orgy.
So we need a blood fountain.
Okay, blood fountain.
And some real pure opium, about 10 kilos.
Where would I find that?
We need some sexy paintings for the walls.
I was thinking we replace this picture of us with that lovely one where we were naked and we have cherries in our bums.
Yeah.
Can we get some sort of protective spray to put all over the carpet? Because Laszlo will spray all over the carpet.
What you don't understand is the stigma attached to throwing a poor orgy. I mean, I've known people who have committed suicide after a poor orgy. I wouldn't go that far.
I would kill you, though. And then I'd kill myself. There's no recovery from that humiliation. I don't like to even speak of it, but the notorious orgy of 1937...
No. Don't even say the year.
It was a lot of just very terrible chit-chat. I cannot even speak the name of the vampire that organized that monstrosity.
I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
Fucking Mike. Oh, and we need an ancient Burmese lingam and yoni set. To be safe, get 6.
Nadja, Laszlo, please. Guillermo is my familia, only I can order him about.
Thank you, Master. Is there anything you need?
All the things they just said. And absorbent towels, lots of them.
I almost forgot. Most important, we must get a succulent virgin feast.
Well, about that, I've been meaning to tell you, I seem to have overfished.
Did you write down the towels?
Yes,
You need to recover that chaise long, because I'll ejaculate straight through that.
I can't. I'm sorry. I was raised very Catholic. I need a second.
Okay.
It's just a lot of demanding things. I mean, I'm not even technically familiar. They've just been asking me to do all kinds of stuff.
It's a pleasure swing, you nut, not a sex net. That's the sex net. Get that out of the box and attach it to the ceiling.
No one is a nut, okay? He's trying to finish it, Laszlo.
And what about the virgins? Have you got any yet? No, of course you haven't.
But I'm just trying
to... But. You're like a non-stop butt machine. That reminds me. Have you ordered the non-stop butt machine?
You know what? I'm going to take 5 minutes before I say something I'm going to regret.
Ooh. Orgy stuff. A few of my favourite things, as they say. The cat o' nine tails, Oliver Cromwell's head. My codpiece, bat codpiece.
It's going to be an amazing orgy. Over here we have a sculpture which depicts the moment that my parents conceived me. In here we have the Fluffers chill-out area. Here we have the traditional animal fur laden with rings. Not for your fingers. Electric chair role play. What are your last words? I want to have sex. Laszlo, what is going on?
I'm not coming.
What are you doing? What is this? Are you role-playing as a depressed man? It's not working.
I'm not coming to the orgy. I'm not in the mood.
What? Laszlo, do you want our orgy to fall apart and for our good vampire names to go down in history with he whose name that we never say the name of?
You mean Mike?
Yes, King Mike.
To be honest with you, I couldn't care less. Good night.
Laszlo, don't you dare go back in there.
No, I'm not coming. Let go of the lid.
Yes, I suppose I am a little bit stressed. To throw a bad vampire orgy, I don't know how one would recover.
No,
Sorry. And who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm Jeremy. I brought mochi ice cream. Is there a place that I can put my backpack?
Everyone, the Virgin is here!
Jeremy's here. He just got here. All the vampire's eyes just lit up when he came in.
Guillermo, hey, this is a great party. Everyone's really friendly, huh?
Yeah, what did you bring?
I brought mochi. I thought maybe people would eat that.
Yeah. They're gonna tear him apart.
I'm here. The life of the orgy has arrived.
I've done a bad thing. I just brought my friend to a house full of vampires. I brought my virgin friend to a house full of vampires.
Guess what? There is the most gorgeous...
I gotta help him.
Nose bleeding, asthma suffering, doesn't clean his sheets, mouth breathing virgin!
Jeremy, You have to leave that old vampire.
Guillermo, this party's awesome.
Is this the way out? Well, looks like Jeremy's not a virgin anymore.
So sorry about that, gang. This orgy didn't count. Don't tell your friends it was a bad orgy.
So, just us three then?
Ancestry. Guillermo has the vampires' DNA tested to show them their heritage. While Laszlo and Nadja are uninterested, Nandor discovers he has over 200,000 living descendants, including one who lives in Staten Island. Nandor visits her, a 94-year-old woman, by floating by her window with a teddy bear. This results in her having a fatal heart attack. Nandor has the other vampires attend her funeral in a church, and Laszlo and Nadja run out after catching fire. Nadja calls out to Gregor, who is now on a psychiatric ward after being arrested previously, and breaks out. Gregor goes to the house to see Nadja, but Laszlo appears and reveals it was he who killed Gregor in each of his past lives. Laszlo declares his love for Nadja, and Gregor stands down. As Gregor leaves, he is decapitated by a metal wire that was strung across the yard that Laszlo was using to trim a topiary bush sculpted like Nadja. Guillermo discovers he is a descendant of Van Helsing and wonders if he is destined to kill the vampires.
Good evening, Guillermo.
Good evening, Master. I have an envelope for you.
Okay, pop it in the coffin, thank you. So just pop it in there. Is it in yet? I can't read it, it's too dark in here. Is it another summons for jury duty? Just tell them I'm dead.
Oh no, it's something very cool. I had your DNA tested. A lab tested it.
How did they get the DNA? Did they steal my semen?
What? No.
I won't have my semen stolen again.
No, I don't even know what that story is. No, this is all very scientific.
Oh, okay.
It could also be used to see if you have any living relatives.
Living relatives?
You have... Oh, wow.
What?
You have 200,000 direct living descendants. That's a lot.
I'm a granddad?
Well, technically you're a great-granddad times 30.
200,000 direct descendants living today.
Fucking hell. Well done, chap.
Thank you, Laszlo.
Congratulations, Nandor. That is some very exciting seed.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, don't let the witches find out about it. They'll be coming for you.
No.
You know...
Don't ruin it.
I wouldn't think of ruining it.
Thank you.
The great Genghis Khan...
I knew it.
...has over 16 million living descendants. Now that's a seed.
Is have to bring
Do
up
any of
Genghis
his
Khan.
relatives live nearby?
Actually, yes. He has a great times 30 granddaughter who lives here in Staten Island. This basically shows my family tree. There's the Dutch family, and the name's Van Helsing. That's actually really funny, because I don't know if you're familiar with who Van Helsing is. The most notorious vampire killer. I have Van Helsing DNA in my blood, but he's not real, so... He's not real, is he? I mean, vampires are real, but I suppose there could be a vampire. Oh, wow. I love vampires. I killed to accidentally... My tummy feels weird. What I had for lunch, I had garlic.
So Nandor has 200,000 descendants, still far fewer than Genghis Khan. So we're going to go visit one.
Her name is Madeline. I'm going to float up to her window and see her. Not going to introduce myself yet. Don't want to frighten her. I need you to be very supportive of me at this delicate moment.
You know what? This isn't working, me being supportive. I feel like I am literally eating myself.
It is time.
Don't tap on the window.
I see her. She's asleep.
How does she look, Master?
She looks a little older than I was anticipating.
That's what I was trying to tell you. She's 94.
So young.
Don't tap on the window.
She's stirring. I'm going to tap on the window.
No, Master, don't tap on the window.
Madeline! She is awake.
Come to me, my little one. Come, look. This is for you. Your grandpappy is here. Say hello. This is... Oh, no.
Guillermo?
Yes, Master?
You all right?
I'm just tired, Master.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Time for bed.
What was the results of your ancestry test?
Just stereotypical Mexican
Piñata farmer.
piñata farmers. Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. People love piñatas. Someone's got to breed those colorful donkeys.
Thank you, Master.
Thank you for helping me tonight on my saddest night. Guillermo? You having a serious thought?
No.
Oh, yeah. You probably weren't. Good night.
Good night, Master.
Don't sing if you want to live long. They have no use for your song. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead and out of this world.
The second season ran in 2020 and was successful, prompting a third season set to premiere September 2nd of 2021. I'm hoping it lasts, as I would love to be obsessed with this for years.
Run fast, don't stand in the sun. There's too much work to be done. You're down, you're down, you're down, you're down and out of this world.
Thank you for listening to Eclectic Obsessions. If you like what you've heard, please download past episodes and subscribe on iTunes for future releases. You can follow the show on Facebook at Eclectic Obsessions, on Twitter at Eclectic Obsess1, on Instagram at Eclectic Obsessions Podcast, and on YouTube at Eclectic Obsessions. I'd love to hear what you think. Feel free to email the show at ecobpod@gmail.com. We'll be back in 1 month's time with a new Eclectic Obsession.